Welcome back, everyone. This is Brian Johnson with Corporate Fit, and today we're going to continue our topic of discussion on foam rolling, and we are going to get into the upper body today. So, welcome back, our guinea pig, Mr. Christopher Bamberg. Welcome, sir. Good to see you. Make sure you breathe. Let's go ahead, and what we're going to do first is we're going to start with the lats. And before you hop in there, 90% of the muscles that you're going to have an issue with because of gravity and jobs and things that we do is going to be the calves, it's going to be the hip flexors, it's going to be the glutes, it's going to be the lats, it's going to be the shoulders and the chest because of our body pulling this when we do this and when we do this. So that's the reason why we're stressing these specific muscles, because they're going to be most appropriate for what you're going to experience. Carry on. So right now he's doing the lat. Okay, remember, just a recap, scale of 1 to 10 from pain scale, 1 being nothing, 10 being pretty painful, 7, 8, and 9 is where we want to be. So right now he is doing the lat muscle. All he's doing is he's using his arm to support his other arm so he can relax the lat muscle to allow the foam roller to embed in there and to relax the muscle tissue. How you doing, Chief?
Good.
Where are you on?
Rolling my way to a 6.
Rolling his way to a 6. We like that. So remember, breathing is highly crucial in everything that you do. Lower stress levels, supports immune system function and boost, helps with oxygen transport, nutrient delivery, toxin removal, and getting air to your brain, which is important. How you doing?
Good. 7.
7. On top of this, if you do not get massages, I would highly recommend you get 1 or 2 a month, maybe 4, depending upon how active your lifestyle is, because it makes a significant difference on getting in spots that this thing will not do. However, this is a great $20 investment to eliminate some of the massages that you would need to get because of the amount of area that this thing actually covers. How you doing, bud?
Good.
Good? All right. Go ahead and go to the bicep. Bicep is very similar to when we did the inside of the thigh. All he's going to do is he's going to start above the elbow and he's going to work his way into the shoulder. You see how his thumb is pointing towards the ground in a ridge hand state on the bicep. All you're going to do is just barely move your elbow left and right, Chris, until you find the top of that knot. That's probably it right there, huh? And this is one of those nasty ones too, so just breathe when you find it. How you doing? Where you on?
6.
You want me to give you a little pressure? Just trying to help him out. I bet you your front delts are going to feel amazing. Any higher, or are you still on 6, 7?
Yeah, I'm done at 5.
He's at a 5. Okay, so go ahead and move into the front delt. He's already in that position. All he's going to do is bridge his hips and push his front part of his shoulder down into the foam roller. And this is one of those ones where everyone's going to have knots, sometimes the size of a thumb and a finger, and they are pretty intense if you don't watch it. So, chin into a neutral position, good. That way he gets his breathing down. And you can even fold this arm back here. Yeah, now dig it in there. You want me to push on it? Where are you on?
7.
Your little crack in the voice, he left himself for a minute. And once you find that knot, you can rotate that elbow to change that position and cross fiber friction, which helps to break up the fibers on it. And that's why when you get on top of those knots, you can go back and forth really slowly, just staying on the top of it. Good?
Chest?
Yes. And all he's going to do is just slowly migrate into the chest. And it's pretty much just one continuous motion, starting from the outside or the inside of the elbow, working your way into the midline of the body. And notice this probably only took him, 5 minutes or less. The trick is to go slow, methodical, and breathe to make sure you're utilizing the technique properly, and you will feel a significant difference. A lot of times you'll feel tingling because of the rush and sensation of the nerves getting more energy supplied to them, and that's a good thing. How you doing, bud?
Good.
Yeah, that's what you want to do on that front delt. He's getting serious now. I feel pain for him. What are you on? You want the PVC? Important when you're finished to do some stretching. We'll show you a couple stretches real fast. Alright, so let's hop you up. Let's do a couple stretches. So this is the partner chest stretch. We'll show you a couple stretches you can do on the wall. You see how he has his feet staggered, and that's so I don't pull him over on top of me. Go ahead and pop your thumbs up towards the ceiling. All I'm doing now is I'm changing the position, so go ahead and rotate him back down so they can see. With him rotating his arms down, the shoulders close off, and what I want to do is rotate the thumbs up to open up the chest and the shoulder girdle so he's in proper position when I stretch him and don't hurt him. Alright? All I'm going to have him do now is I'm going to relax so I'm not pulling back. He's going to push against my hands, utilizing his chest to tighten it. And then he's going to relax it, and it's going to make those muscle spindles relax a little bit more, and we should be able to get a little bit more range of motion out of it. Alright, deep breath, shoulder blades together. Get a good breath in, exhale. And if you feel an elbow pop, that's too far. Alright. So another one that he can do, he's an office person. You do the wall. And all I'm watching here for is to make sure he doesn't have a huge arch in the back, so tuck your butt underneath you. Belly button pulled towards the spine, that way he's maximizing the stabilization from the core. Chin up, pinch the shoulder blades together, and he'll slowly just rotate. Easy. And all we're doing is really just opening this up after you foam roll. Okay? Good. What we're going to do now is move into the leg stretches that match the foam rolling or the self-myofascial release that we did previously. So let's go ahead and go into the hip flexor stretch. You do the same leg, so hand on the ankle that we just did. Okay, so here's what you want to watch and be careful of. With Chris having to do a lot of sitting, his posture is going to be tight in certain areas. And if you notice this, turn sideways. You see how the arch happens in his lower back? Well, what I want to do is take that out. So you're going to tuck your butt underneath you, draw on the core, pull away. That way it locks that into position. What he's going to do now is he's going to slowly pull the foot away from your butt and towards the ceiling slowly. You don't want to get that arch in there. So when you feel that arch kick in, that's plenty. Okay? Belly button tight, you can use a wall if you want to have something to hold on to. Yeah, I would recommend holding on to something. Okay, let's do the same one on the ground. Knee down. And do it, yeah, sideways. This is another one you can do. Again, you want to watch this. You don't want to feel any strain here. That's highly important. So the belly button needs to be drawn like a string towards the spine. So you're utilizing the glute musculature and the core musculature to stabilize the spine like you have two pieces of popsicle stick on the spine in the middle. Like a splint. Alright, so let's go ahead and go with this one. Okay, very important. He starts perfect. He's nice and straight. His hip, his knee is right underneath him. There's no arch in the lower back, meaning he's in a neutral spine position. His neck is in a neutral spine position. His shoulder girdle is not closed off and forward. That's good. Belly button tight. All he's going to do by drawing the belly button in tight is he's locking that hip in place so it doesn't turn back as he starts to initiate his movement forward. So draw in tight. Okay. Now just push the hip forward slowly. And don't arch from the back, so move the whole body at the same time. There you go. You see how his whole body is moving as one unit? You don't want to get to where you're going here because that's not doing anything but putting stress on the lower back. Pulling pretty good? Okay, what he's going to do is he's going to take his right hand, put it on his right cheek. Don't squeeze your cheek, just hold it there. What I want you to do is tighten your glute underneath your hand and push yourself forward slowly. What he's doing is he's using the own strength of his glute muscle to slowly stretch that hip flexor forward without putting too much extracurricular pressure to hurt himself. Squeeze the glute for 5 seconds, relax it, push it. Squeeze it for 5 seconds, relax it, then push it. Okay, go back to the starting point for a sec. Now what he's gonna do is you're gonna kick your foot out just a little bit. A little more. And I'll give him a little friendly assistance here. You good? All right, all I'm doing is I'm changing the position of how that femur is set into his leg with the position or the stress or the strain in a good way that is putting on that hip flexor muscle. All right, belly button tight. You can go ahead and initiate your movement forward slowly. You feel it pull a little quicker? 45 seconds, a minute and a half in that area. Now we're going to roll into the glute stretch. So use the same leg, just put this leg up in front. Yeah, there you go. This is stretching the glute muscle on the same leg that we did on the foam roller. He's sitting up nice and tall. He is on his kneecap. Some people who are unflexible, their leg will rotate out to where their foot's out here and their knee's out here. That's okay. Just keep in mind what we're looking for as you start to get more limber is keeping the leg nice and flat, back's flat, belly button's tight. Now push this leg into the ground as hard as you can for 5 seconds using the glute, belly button tight, and then relax it, breathe out, and just slowly lean forward onto the forearms. He's breaking a sweat. Yoga and Pilates, great. Mind, body, spirit helps you to relax, helps you to increase your flexibility, just your conscious awareness, which is a huge one. So those are big things that we advocate as well. All right, let's run through the calf stretch real fast. All we're going to do is we'll do the wall stretch, and we'll go through the soleus and the gastroc. So all he's doing now is he's just positioning himself on the wall. You want to put your foot far enough back to where you have a good enough stretch on it. Adjust your neck. All he's doing now is he's keeping the knee tight, he's keeping the heel planted, and he's going to slowly push the hip forward, leaving the foot flat, which is crucial. When the foot comes up, your body's not that flexible enough and you need to go back towards down. Is the stretching pretty good? Okay. These 45 seconds to a minute. And now all I'm going to do is I'm going to have him take his foot and I'm going to have him kick it out to the right just a little bit. Yes. Knees tight, heels back down, belly button's contracted and pulled towards the spine so you have a neutral position. If you feel any pain, regress. This should not be painful. And what I'm doing by having his foot kicked out is I'm going completely opposite of what our feet want to do on a daily basis because of our jobs and the things that we do. And when we lay in bed, our feet go like this, so that's why they tighten. Kicking the foot out this way changes that motion to stretch it out in the position that it's tight. Good? Awesome.